So yesterday I was on my way to a sound bath and I was listening to this song, and the lyrics of the song were sort of resonating with me in a different way than they had previously. A few years back I had a couple of back-to-back traumas that were sort of ongoing, and the result was that I felt really disconnected from myself in a way that I'd never felt before. And I've been kind of in a recovery process for since then. And so I was recently speaking with somebody and recognized that it has sort of been an ongoing recovery from these ongoing traumatic experiences, and started to think more about like what it means to return to myself. You know, I'm not going backwards to a previous version of myself. I'm going forward into the new version of myself, but I'm reconnecting with some of the truths of who I am. And so when I was listening to this song, the lyrics around returning and what does returning mean were really resonating with me in a deep way. I've also been feeling really connected to this idea from, I want to say it's the Japanese Taoist, might be Japanese Buddhism, but the iconic imagery of like the waves and the eternal nature of the ocean, but the impermanent nature of a wave, and how that can sort of be a grounding image for me as I'm embracing the reality that things are impermanent and how to sort of feel grounded in that impermanence. And so I'm gonna experiment with this piece and see how it could come together. I feel excited about experimenting with it. I feel like it has potential to be really beautiful, and I look forward to sharing it with y'all. I spent a little bit of time this week working on the image to sort of get some of the base layers down. And I've had fun sort of experimenting with how much of whether or not to show the original photo underneath the layers, whether or not to include all of the layers of skin in the final image, or to leave some of them out and just keep some of the base layers. I'm hoping that today I will get through finishing all of the base layers on the image and hopefully get to drawing some of the patterns out that will be layered on top of the base layers to create the collage. It's 7:30. I got sucked into working on this piece. I started experimenting with laying some of the textures onto the base shapes of the image, and it's definitely different than I thought it would be, but I think I like it, and I think I'm going to like it more. Playing with the different blend modes and seeing how the colors look different with different tones laid over top of them. Yeah, it's been interesting. That my intention was for it to sort of be a meditation, and it's actually been really meditative. The process of creating all of the strokes, and I noticed myself getting into the flow a little bit more the more that I practiced it, and just thinking about all of the people who have used this motif as part of their spiritual practice, and the repetition and the study and concentration, how that really does put you into a meditative state. Yeah, it's been really cool to feel connected to these other ancestors who are not like blood ancestors, but they're still people who came before me and were here, centuries before I was even thought of. And drawing from their wisdom and being able to explore this idea that I have. Yeah, but now I'm really tired. So I'm gonna have something to eat and pick back up in a